Hey, it's day 28. Welcome to my realm. I'm Sheridan, and let's just take a deep breath. One more. Okay, one more for real. It has been a long day, a very long day, and I have barely had any time for myself. But I made sure to do little things for myself, like make sure I did my yoga, make sure that I had everything I needed for dinner, rearrange, make sure I had everything ready as far as my gifts were concerned. And honestly, today went pretty smoothly. And I'm very happy about that, but I'm still very socially drained and physically drained too, running back and forth. But I enjoy being able to help my family and provide for them and make, my home a welcome spot. What am I trying to say? Like very hospitable. When people come over, it's not just whatever. I want them to know that they're special to me and that I guess I roll out the red carpet when I have guests. And it gets exhausting. But when people drive out of town, like why wouldn't I? But what I want to talk about today is definitely just obligations. Because although I love being there for my family and my friends and showing my love for people, it can get draining. And I have to be able to tell the difference between, okay, I love these people and this is why I'm doing it, versus they expect me to do this, or versus that's my family, I have to do this. And as someone, I'm the oldest daughter. And so this is definitely oldest daughter syndrome where, you're used to all the responsibilities and all the tasks delegated to you. And so it's been my role ever since my little brother was born. I became the oldest sister, and that was my fate. But as I get older, I'm starting to respect myself a little more, my baby, and put up boundaries and have clear expectations of what I want to do in the day and what I'm going to prioritize. And one of those things has to be myself. And I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. I am not. And if I was, well, I don't think anybody can be perfect, but if I had better boundaries, if I was at my target goal of putting myself as the top priority, I know my life would be different. But because I put most people above myself, I can understand where the reason why I'm at where I'm at. And I am slowly transitioning. And not even slowly. I'm just going to say I'm transitioning. But it's definitely a challenge, but a challenge that I'm overcoming. And I know I'm going to be so happy when I'm able to actually prioritize myself and not be drained at the end of it. Because if you think about it like this, if everything I was doing was purely out of love, then I don't think it would be as draining. Like I know sometimes you do have to self-sacrifice because you love someone, but what if you could just love without the self-sacrificing part? How would that be? You know how it is when you hang out with someone you actually like and then you get back and you're not drained because you actually enjoy being there. You don't have to mask, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do, you know? So I'm like, I wonder how that feels, being able to just love fully without the self sacrifice and not feel completely drained. And that's kind of where I want to get to. Sometimes you have to compromise because sometimes it's like that. And I would want someone to pick up the extra slack if I needed that help, if I was down for the count. I want my family members to step up for me, and that's why I step up for them. But you have to remember, not everyone's going to do that. Not everyone's going to put into you what you put into them, and that's why it's very important to make sure everything you do is out of love. So when it comes to the day where you do need help and somebody isn't as helpful, you don't feel spiteful. You don't hold a grudge. You don't hold that negativity in your heart because you understand everything I did was out of love, and I'm not expecting anything back. But that's the thing with obligations. Because you feel obligated, you do something, and it's like, well, when it's my turn, they'll give it back. And when it doesn't come back, you definitely start to feel resentful, and that's the one thing I don't want. I do not want to feel resentful against any of my family members. So that's why today the lesson is about what it means to love without always having to self-sacrifice. If I'm not feeling it, I gotta start listening to that feeling because it's me. And instead of pushing it away and like, oh, I have to do this, I don't have to do nothing. But be black and die. I don't have to do anything. Everything so everything that I am doing is out of love. And I think one thing else I want to mention today is we did a gift exchange, and I, was you like with a gift exchange, you always want to make sure your gift like equals the value of somebody else's gift, and when it doesn't, like it feels a little And so we did a gift exchange, and unfortunately, I feel like my gift didn't equal the value of the gift that I received, and it made me feel a type of way. You can kind of like I'm intuitive when it comes to emotions, and so you can feel when it's like, oh thanks, one thing when I gave you a basket of things. But then I realized, like, Sheridan, first of all, you see how much I do? I'm cooking dinner, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of people, I'm running a business, I'm starting YouTube, I'm going back to school. Like, the fact that I even had time to stop and think of somebody and get them a gift, I feel like that's where the thought should come in play. So, once again, unless they directly bring it up to me, it's not my job to feel a way about other people's feelings. It's not. And so, even though I'm aware and I perceive how it's felt, if you don't make it known to me, then that means it's not my job to be like, oh, my gift and blah, blah, blah. So, I'm going to let that go right now. Breathe in, breathe out. It's not my job to feel guilty because my present doesn't equal their present. The whole point of gift giving is to show that you thought about somebody and you love them and you care for them. It's not to give the greatest and the biggest gift. If it is, then that's when you communicate, like, oh, let's do gifts within this dollar range. But if we didn't say that, then I don't want the expectations put on me. And then when they're disappointed, oh, I don't have to feel any type of way. I just, me having me, like, I know this, it's corny and I also know it's a bit conceited, but just having me in your life is a gift as it is, because I'll stop everything to help my family. You know what I'm saying? You just heard I'm very self-sacrificing. I self-sacrifice so much. So just having me here. And so I release that guilt right now. I am not obligated to do shit. And so what I did do is good enough. And I refuse to let other people's emotions, which are theirs to handle, affect my mood, because I did what I was supposed to do. And yes, I appreciate my basket full of things. I damn sure deserve all of it. Damn sure deserve everything in that little basket, and I'm very appreciative. But if I only got one thing, I also would have been okay with that too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just about you thinking about the person. And I hope that next year, the person I'm talking about also understands that too. That, listen, don't break the bank on these people. Please don't. Don't break the bank on Christmas. Yeah, so that's the message for today. Don't feel obligated to do anything. You do enough. Don't go broke over Christmas, over a birthday, or none of that, because you got to take care of you at the end of the day. The people who love you and who you love, they should have an understanding that this is a commercialized holiday, and it's not your job to be pouring into that when you need to focus on yourself. So, thank you for listening to me. I hope you take what I said to heart, especially if you're anything like me, where you feel like you just have to be the one to give, and you want to give. It's not that you have to. It's literally both. And I understand that it's literally both. Where there is a layer of obligation, but then there's the layer of the fact that I want to give you something. I want to show you how much I love you through this material item. And I like practical gifts where you can actually use it. So, but either way, if you can get somebody something, get it. If you can't, show them how much they mean to you through just expressing your words. Write them a damn note. Write them a letter. You know how long it's been? So a lot of people have never received a fucking letter, you know? People don't be doing that these days. So it's a novelty in and of itself, just mailing a letter to somebody being like, listen, I ain't got no gift for you, but I got some words for you. But yeah, either way, it's a lot dealing with family and friends, especially during the holidays. And if you don't have family or friends, that's its own struggle to have to deal with during these times. But you just gotta look out for yourself. And not in a selfish way, but just, or maybe it is in a selfish way, but not in a negative way, in a self-care type of way, so you don't burn out. And that's the message I have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.